Right now, 11 minutes of nonstop local news, your Weather Authority forecast, and SWX Sports. This is KHQ Local News 11 at 11. Breaking down.
We begin tonight with some unfortunate breaking news. Good evening and happy 4th of July. I'm Claire Graham. We are going to Coeur d'Alene right now. We are hearing reports of a shooting in downtown Coeur d'Alene. You can see the massive police presence there right now. This reportedly happened near the end of the fireworks show that was happening at the Coeur d'Alene Resort and Casino. We do have a crew on the way right there, but we actually have had several employees who had the night off. They were in Coeur d'Alene for this fireworks show and reported hearing that pop, pop, pop of gunshots and then running away from the big crowd there. Right now, we do have our news director, Kelly Hatmaker. He's joining us on the phone right now. Kelly, can you tell us what you saw, what you heard?
Claire, I'm here at the corner of Lakeside and Northwest. This is Independence Point Park. It's, if you know Coeur d'Alene, it's the park across the beach from the resort. Right now, what I'm seeing is a large portion of the park roped off with police tape. We've got units here from Cooney County Sheriff as well as Coeur d'Alene Police. Indications are at this point that there's a single victim and potentially a single shooter. Victim's status is unknown at this time. They have been given the description of the shooter by several eyewitnesses. At this point, though, there's no report that this shooter is in custody. I'm trying to get statements from Coeur d'Alene Police right now, but as of right now, the scene is still very active. The investigation is still ongoing. The crowd around here, very distraught. Again, as you said, this was coming right out of the fireworks display. Maybe 5 minutes after the finale is when we heard the first sirens rushing into the scene. Thought originally this may have been a motor vehicle accident or a pedestrian accident with people leaving the park in groups. Maybe someone had been clipped by a car, but obviously this situation got much worse very quickly.
Could you actually hear gunshots from where you were standing in the park, Kelly?
What was happening, there were still fireworks being set off, small displays by private citizens. The main show was off, so it was hard to distinguish between the fireworks that we were hearing and all of a sudden seeing the police cars rushing in. Again, from what I've been able to determine from people who said they witnessed it, the shooting happened and then the shooter ran off into the crowd, kind of just blending into the rush of people leaving the scene.
Gotcha. Very scary situation there. I'm certainly glad that you're okay. Thank you so much for speaking with us on the holiday tonight, and I'm sure we'll be in touch with police. We do have a crew headed to Coeur d'Alene right now, should be arriving there soon. We have been in contact with police. They said they will get back to us as soon as they possibly can, so of course we'll bring you more information as soon as we have it. Kelly, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you, Claire.
All right, as soon as we learn more information, of course, we will go back to that breaking news and bring you the very latest. In other news tonight, this might be the hardest way to spend a holiday. A family in Spokane is now trying to piece their lives back together just days after everything they own was destroyed in a fire. They're now trying to spread a warning. The fire didn't just gut their home, it took a beloved family member. They believe the flames had something to do with their dryer. KHQ's Peter Maxwell spoke with that family today. Peter?
On Sunday, June 23rd, Lily Couch and her husband, Paul Wiltsey, started a load of laundry. Their daughters were at their grandparents' house, so they left to run some errands. But then the phone calls started to come in, so they rushed home.
When we pulled up, there was smoke pouring out of the chimneys and, opened the door to a fire.
Their biggest concern was this guy named Ralph. Paul and Lily had him for nearly 7 years, but the heat from the flames and the smoke was so intense they couldn't go inside to save him. The window in their living room blew out. That's how much pressure was inside their burning house. Unfortunately, Ralph died in the fire. All of their belongings, from toys to clothes, were also lost or heavily damaged. Paul and Lily believe the fire started with the dryer.
A newer dryer. We just changed our dryer lint not that long ago. Always changed out the tray. Didn't think anything of it. Yeah, it was a shock.
Now they have a message to anyone who leaves their house or apartment while doing laundry.
Definitely don't leave your dryer on if you're not at home or if you go to bed at night. Definitely have that be something that you watch over. Don't take your eyes off of it.
That was Peter Maxwell reporting for us. Such a scary, horrible situation for that family. To find out more about how you can help them as they try to bounce back, just look for the story on our website, khq.com. Right now, the fireworks show in Riverfront Park has wrapped up, but thousands of people came out to see the fireworks tonight in downtown Spokane. The annual tradition didn't disappoint, and the 4th of July Carnival in the park is going on every day this week through Sunday. Sydney Stella is in for Blake in the Weather Center tonight. Sydney, most of our area got some pretty good weather for the fireworks shows.
Yeah, we were seeing some beautiful weather out there tonight. Right now, Spokane sitting at 68 degrees. Thankfully, winds calm. We're seeing wind conditions across the region looking pretty nice right now. Omak seeing quite a breeze at 20 miles per hour, but Spokane sitting at 3. In many areas across the region, we're talking Moses Lake, Walla Walla, Grand Coulee, Colville. Winds very calm there tonight. Taking a look at those low temperatures tonight, we can expect to be in the 50s in Spokane. We'll dip down to 58 degrees for that overnight low. We'll see 60 degrees in Omak, 61 in Wenatchee. We're going to look for 58 in Moses Lake, 60 in Tri-Cities, 62 in Walla Walla, and 58 in Ritzville. That day planner right there, you can see tomorrow, Spokane can look for 86 degrees for that high. It's going to be a little warmer tomorrow than what we saw today. We are going to see a little more of that sunshine than we saw as well. You can see we're starting off the morning with some of those clouds, but as we move through the afternoon, we'll start to see more of that sunshine come out. We are expecting more of this gorgeous weather coming on the weekend, and I'll break all that down coming up in my full forecast. Claire?
All right, Sydney, thank you. Well, right now, the fireworks have ended, but before they even started today, one local 4th of July celebration was already stealing hearts. KHQ's Patrick Erickson was at Spokane's littlest 4th of July parade this morning.
Every year it gets bigger.
The chairs along the route are all set up. The marchers are ready.
This year we have a mob. We've never had this many people before.
Including the four-legged ones. Each 4th of July,
doing in a parade. We're in a parade.
this South Hill neighborhood celebrates Independence Day.
Spokane's littlest 4th of July parade.
But this isn't your typical parade. There aren't any floats or marching bands, and this parade only lasts one block.
They have noisemakers and flags, and some of them dress up in crazy outfits or push fire trucks, whatever they want, and they parade up and down the alley back and forth a few times.
Spokane's littlest 4th of July parade?
You think so?
I think so.
Okay. Well, if you find anything smaller, let us know.
The holiday brings families together on a beautiful summer day.
It's a tradition that some old neighbors started a few years ago, and we've just carried on.
But as always, the focus is on the kids, who each year are the grand marshals.
That was your very first parade?
Yeah,
How was it?
really good.
Are you going to do it again next year?
Yeah.
It may be called a parade, but for these neighbors, it's much more.
As long as the kids want to do it and the neighbors show up, I think we'll keep doing it.
Patrick Erickson, KHQ, Local News.
Patrick, thank you. And from Spokane's littlest parade to what was supposed to be America's biggest display, President Trump held his Salute to America event on the National Mall in D.C. today. The military show with armored tanks and jets flying over did have to be delayed briefly because of the weather, but it came together in front of a poncho-covered crowd. Despite the rain, the president gave an address on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, focusing on the armed forces and American innovation. He gave credit to some of the country's most notable figures, talked about achievements like space exploration and technological advancements. He also encouraged young people to enlist in the military.
On this July 4th, we pay special tribute to the military service members who laid down their lives for our nation. Now is your chance to join our military and make a truly great statement in life, and you should do it.
The Independence Day celebration ended with the traditional free concert and fireworks. Also new tonight, some alarming pictures out of Walla Walla where sheriff's deputies say a boater was going so fast they busted through the roof of a dock. They shared these photos with the caption, "If you're going to send it on the 4th, make sure you've got enough entry speed to clear the roof." Remember, we have zero tolerance for boating under the influence. If you're going to be out on the water this weekend, this is a reminder. Operation Dry Water starts tomorrow. It runs through Sunday. Police say their goal with the patrols is to keep you safe and sober while you're boating. Of course, it wouldn't be a 4th of July if we didn't show you the arguably most famous holiday competition that poses the question, how many hot dogs can you eat in 10 minutes? Some of the best competitive eaters in the world pushed their stomachs to the limit today at Nathan's hot dog eating contest on Coney Island. And for the highlights, we bring in our own hot dog eating champ, Rob Jesselson, in the Fastenal Sports Studio. Rob?
Claire, all eyes were on Joey Chestnut at the hot dog eating competition this morning. He's one of the best to ever do it. In fact, he was going for win number 12 at the hot dog eating title. That right there is Zach Norvell Jr. from earlier this week playing for the LA Lakers. So it looks like we're having some technical difficulties, but I can tell you that it was Joey Chestnut who went on to win the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. He finished with 71 hot dogs eaten, just 3 short of his record 74. Meanwhile, on the women's side, 33-year-old Miki Sudo won her 6th straight title after eating 31 dogs. Now, coming up later in sports, find out if the Mariners were able to win their series finale against the St. Louis Cardinals. Claire?
All right, Rob, thank you. We are going to take a quick break right now, but we are following more breaking news. We are getting updates about the shooting in Coeur d'Alene tonight. We'll have the latest details coming up in just 2 minutes. Stay with us.